Hello everyone. Me and my team at Aham are very happy to welcome you to another session, another video. And this video is a bit different. It's a different video because in this video we are going to talk about and we are going to touch base upon something which can be very sensitive with a lot of us. And the topic for today's video is how do we basically self-sabotage our lives? How we are brilliant at sabotaging our lives. And I have taken notes about it and I want to discuss some behaviors that lead on to basically destroy the rhythm of things in our life, which force us to let go of our dreams, which bring us to a point of frustration, and sometimes that frustration, lack of falling out on our goals, leads on to depression, and we self-sabotage everything and anything that we find precious in our lives. So what are the things that lead to self-sabotaging our lives? So first and the foremost thing that I want to talk about is negativity in self-talk. So I find it very interesting, and I used to do the same, that so many people find it so difficult to take in a compliment. You know, when you appreciate someone and you say, wow, what a good job, or you look very nice, or you have such an amazing ability to multitask, or you are very good at cooking, any compliment, it could be a multiple dimensions, and you say something and people are like, oh, come on, I am good for nothing. And I just find that strange. And I had to work on myself because I used to make the same statement. I would say, oh, really? I don't think so. You're just exaggerating. Why cannot we why can't we fill ourselves with what we are good at and learn to take that compliment in the right spirit? Why do we have to just shrug our shoulders and say I don't think I'm good enough for it? Why we can't come from a space knowing that I am enough? I have some core strengths. I'm a work in progress. Yes, that is true. But at the same time, stop belittling ourselves. Stop saying to ourselves, I am not good enough. Stop admiring and appreciating our core strengths. Because the point is, if I'm not going to do it, who the hell is going to do it for me? Nobody is really going to pat my back. There is no one out there unless I have a great and a loving parent or a wonderful spouse or a great boss. Even despite having all those people in my life, it's my job and my duty to really nurture myself. So stop talking negatively. That's one rule in my counseling and mentoring sessions, where I don't let my clients self-sabotage by giving a negative self-talk about themselves. I don't think I can do this. I'm good for nothing. I will never achieve anything in my life. It's a no-no in my professional settings. I just don't accept that. And I think by talking negatively about yourself at a subconscious, conscious level, you are basically denying yourself of the magnificence of what all you can achieve in your life. So that is number one. The number two thing, which is I think very important, and I have often reiterated it in my sessions with my clients, is do not self-sabotage yourself by wanting to be a perfect being. It's not happening. You can appreciate and work towards being excellent at what you do. Excellence is something, an endeavor worth following or worth working on. But to claim and say, I have to be perfect at something, otherwise I'm not doing it. In the strive of what we call perfectionism, first of all, who will define what is perfect? I think that's a very important statement to make here. Are you going to define what is perfect? Because we live in an endless stream of evolution, even if it's knowledge, even if it's experience, even if it's something as mundane as probably, cooking a particular dish. There is no limit to how better it can become. So what is that standard of perfection you are trying to pursue? Because there is no standard. But to say that I will try to be better at this, I'm striving for a certain level of excellence, is something totally different than saying I have to be perfect at it. Because when you say I have to be perfect at something, you're setting up yourself for failure and disappointment. because you will not meet your standards alone. Forget the world standards. Because you are telling yourself it has to be perfect in my eyes, and who else will know of that perfect standard? Because there is no perfection. Somebody will be better at something which you are already doing. There will be somebody better than that person also. So striving for perfection is setting up yourself for failure. So when you think about self-sabotaging your life, this is one thing that you have to be very careful. Don't aim for perfection, but aim for excellence. That is another thing that we do very well, has the ability to self-sabotage us. The third thing, fear of failure. How many of us, the other day, I had a friend over, and she walks a lot, and so I just said to her, I mean, she's probably in her 50s now. I said, why don't you buy a cycle? And she said, no, I'm not getting a cycle. I said, why? She said, because I will fall down. And I said, okay, so you'll fall down. So what will happen? She said, I'll fall down and I'll bruise myself, and this will happen and that. And she created this whole, like a mushroom cloud, all the drama around it, just because she believes in her head that she will fall down. She doesn't want to get that cycle. She just doesn't want to get on a bicycle. And her argument is, I'm not that young, I will miserably fail. If I buy a bicycle, it will be a waste of my money, so on and so forth. The fear of failure stops us from trying something new. The fear of failure stops us from really pushing for our goals. The fear of failure stops us from trying out new things in our life. The fear of failure stops us from getting into beautiful new relationships. If I've gone through a divorce, and I experienced that with a lot of my clients, I'm not interested in dating again. I feel I'm going to be failing in it. I feel it's going to be miserable. The relationship is set for a failure, because I've had one bad experience. That fear has set into my body, in my mind, in my heart. So relationships is not something that I'm made for. And all these things work at such a subtle level that we never understand how they can take over our lives in seconds. And we self-sabotage ourselves because we tell ourselves it's not going to happen. We are going to fail. Miserably we'll fail. And that fear does not let us take charge of our lives. That fear stops us from leading the best life that we can possibly lead. So we completely sabotage our chances to a beautiful relationship, to a new career, to a new entrepreneurial endeavor. So many places it stops us. Another way that we self-sabotage ourselves is that we never realize what our core strengths are. We never realize what our abilities are. We never self-reflect on, oh my God, I had that situation, I had it very well in it. At Aham, we constantly tell our clients, we constantly talk to them about it in my sessions. Write down your core strengths. Tell me what you're good at. And I find it very fascinating. Most of the people cannot think of more than 2, maximum 3, and then they are at loss. I think that's about it. I'm good at this, and that's it. And that also takes them a long time to really identify what are their core strengths. They don't think about it. They don't focus on their core strength. They are so focused on what the world will say, what I'm not good at, how, the drama that's happening in their lives. But if you ask them, hello, what are the 5 things that you're very good at? And they will look at you and saying, really? 5? Are you out of your freaking mind? What are you talking about? So, underestimating our abilities, our core strengths, our not having the ability to self-reflect and to have that level of self-awareness. I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I handle that situation very well, I'm very kind. And so I try to give them a list of qualities, so that in looking at that list, they are able to circle, this, yeah, I think I'm good. And that list has, it has about 100 odd qualities. That's when they start to realize, I am good at this. I'm also good at it. I think I have this as my ability. I have the strength. I have the ability to deal with this, that I can also handle this situation thing very well. I also think I'm good at this also. So when you don't underestimate your ability, you tell yourself, I can achieve multiple things. You tell yourself, I have the knowledge, I have the skill set, I have the awareness that I can handle multiple things. So, what is it that are your core strengths? What is it that you are good at? These are the multiple strengths that will help you overcome any challenges that you will have in your life. And also, I think self-appreciation or self-knowledge is the greatest of knowledge out there. I don't think there's a greater knowledge of your true self, and that's very highly spiritual also. To know that I am a living miracle, to know that whatever that I desire is available to me. I may have to put the effort into it, but I can achieve whatever I set my eyes to. My goal, whatever that is, I will, if I put in the hard work, when you think about it, I can achieve it. So that is what, my dear friends, I want to remind you of. Stop self-sabotaging yourself. Do not, least of all, become your own stumbling block. Because if you do that, the magnificent life that is waiting for you, that you owe to yourself, is just there to happen. It's just going to come to you. But it will only come to you when you let it come to you. When you don't become the biggest barrier to your own success. And we are very good, all of us, most of us are very good at being a barrier to our success. And it's never, ever too late to change. There is never, never, you say that never say never. It's never a time, better time than to make the right choices. Today, this moment is when you can take charge and improve and take your life to the next level. I hope you like this content. Thanks for watching it, and do let me know in the comment section what are your challenges. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.